Hi, and welcome to our interview question session.
Thank you for having me.
My great pleasure. So could you please tell us who you are and in which department you're specialized?
My name is Stefan Grønnerud. I currently work for the University of Cologne, the City Hall of Cologne for climate protection and for the Water Management Authority of Cologne. And at the University of Cologne, I coordinate an international master in environmental sciences.
Wow, nice, thank you. So can you tell us, do you like the presentation? And if yes, which presentation personally captivated your attention and why?
I liked it a lot, especially liked the scientific advisor, because as a coordinator, of course, I have to think about what our students could like. And I think it was a really good impact for them. They got ideas, actually where to go with their degree in the future, because this is always my aim when I bring students to international organizations such as the UN. I try to give some examples where to go in the future. I think some students already asked me if they can connect with them. So most likely, let's see what happens. I try to connect them, and maybe some would like to do an intern with them. But let's see.
Great. It will be nice to have them here. So then we move to the next question. And what do you think is the biggest challenge to achieve effective climate action towards land protection at the individual level?
I think at the individual level, I think there it's probably sustainable consumption, because people are not really aware if they consume something, what the impact is on land. For instance, if you eat like some meat here, people believe it's produced here somewhere very traditionally in the Alps on some lanes. But of course, they also get fed with some products which come from Brazil, as in the presentation was said today. And of course, this has a direct impact on forests. So people don't always see, not aware of the connections between consumption on the very local level, maybe in Germany, and also that it has an impact on Brazil, on Africa, on Asia.
Yeah, I share this point of view, definitely. So do you believe the students are aware enough of the environmental issues we are actually facing?
I'm pretty sure that they're very aware. Sometimes I would go even so far that they could be a bit radical, which I think is very good when you're younger. A former German chancellor said, if you're not, you have no heart when you're not a socialist and when you're young, but when you grow older, you have more experience, you probably change your mind. But I think that, they're aware, and they should be aware right now. But what they need is more input from more scientific knowledge that they need. They can really build on their arguments. So this is really important for them. Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying this point. So what do you think are the most relevant actions your students should take to protect our environment or the land?
As a student, I guess it's very difficult. I mean, of course, they can get involved in political movements. I always tell them, go out of university and really do action, if it is in science, if it is in the political parties, because at some point you need to leave university and you go into real life, I would say, because university is somewhere as a close protected area, which of course gives you a lot of opportunities, which you should use, but also at some point realize that you need to go out to the real world, and that they could need to get involved in different areas. And students in my degree, which I'm coordinating, have very different perspectives. Some go more into science, some decide more to go into politics, some even make very innovative things. We have one student who just started an NGO. She's actually based in Germany. She's from Germany, and she started an NGO in Indonesia to reduce plastic in oceans. So this is a really good thing, and
This is very interesting. So then the last question. Are there any initiatives in your department encouraging students to protect the environment?
At the university, directly offered from the university, it's not really offered. German universities are for free. You only pay the student fee, which is like 250 euros. It's more has a social impact. So there's not something directly offered by universities, but students can get involved in student associations, for example. So So there are a lot of opportunities, and from the city hall perspective, there are sometimes discussion if we somehow should set up something like a laboratory for students, where students can, for example, have on a very small scale try new modes of working, environmental questions. So they have like an experimental area, like a closed laboratory on the city level. And if the students do very well jobs, the idea is that maybe in the future we can transfer it for the city at whole. So that's from a very small scale, we can bring it up to a bigger scale, and students have the chance to get first working experience. So it's a win-win organization. Students are usually very motivated, very good skilled. And so the city would benefit, students would benefit, and the environment would benefit.
Great. So thank you very much for this, for accepting this interview session. And from behalf of the CBM, this was Raissa Tadia and
Stefan Grønnerud from the University of Cologne.
Thank you very much.